Welcome, this is Scott from My Life's Reward. Well, the day has come, and it looks like I've got a second quad. It was a tough decision for me to go away from Polaris, being that I have had such good luck. I liked the idea of a twin, like I've mentioned in previous videos, and I liked Kyle's Sportsman 850, the footwells. I don't need something like an 850 unless I absolutely have to. So it gives me a little bit more power. It's a smooth runner, and it seemed to check all the boxes for me. When I found this quad, it had 67 miles on it, and I have since put on 110 miles to making this video. So it couldn't be sold as new, but it was practically new. And the place that I found it was not consistent with where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to Spicer's, Boat City, because of the service experience I had there. But this used quad just happened to be at Lakeside Motorsports in Mecosta. And a little bit of a story on that. I'd found this back in April of this year. I had offered them an amount for it. They declined. And then in June of this year, I called back and the price had dropped to even lower than what I had offered. Much lower. They wanted to move it. So I ended up getting a practically new quad for about half the cost of a new quad that would be comparable. I thought that was a good move, so that's what I did. The racks were added after the purchase, and they are universal, so what you see on the back or the front can be exchanged. Looking at the back rack here and looking at the back platform, the holes in the plastic flat rack, which did come with a ATV, are part of what they call the link queue system, and accessories can be added like these racks are using the link queue system to very easily come on and off depending on what you're wanting to outfit. On the back of the quad there is a 2-inch tube, square tube, for a hitch, and I did add this as an accessory after the purchase. I purchased it from Amazon. I like this style of hitch because it has the 2-inch ball, and then it has the pin hole for the bottom for the stuff that I have around the yard. There's a place to put a hook or rope through that triangle. To the left of the brake fluid reservoir was a female threaded connector, and that provided a place to mount this mirror. And it's the only mirror that I have. It's the only mirror that I need on the left side. There's a tendency more on the right side to hit stumps and things, and that's where I had the most problems with my right wrist. So I prefer the mirror on the left side, and that works out just fine. Also, I added this U handlebar mount that has a B-size ram ball on it, and that is used for my ram mount X grip. And this ram mount X grip was on my Polaris. I just moved it over to the CAN-AM. I purchased these link queue clamps that will screw in the side of a PVC board that I cut and painted, and that was to overcome a limitation of the link queue system in relation to the rack. I'm going to get into that in a separate video explaining the link queue system in a little more detail. This is the box I'm trying to mount, and I was successful at it. And that board, I can take those link queue pieces off on the outside, unclamp them, I can move it to the back, I can flip them around, I can flip the box around. And if you just kind of take a look at this video here, you'll see how I do that. Now I can flip that 180 degrees around and make it open from the front. If I want to, I can take this whole board off, reverse it, put it on the back, turn the boxes in whatever direction I want. Works real nice. And then these pieces on the top allow to stack other boxes or an optional gas can. You can just keep stacking. Now, obviously you wouldn't want to maybe do that in the front because it inhibits your view, but you can easily do that on the back. Now, I have ridden this quad with 2 boxes on the front. I don't like it, but it works. I'd rather have them off on the back. But what's nice about the box is when they open towards where I'm driving, I can keep all my gear, and I don't even have to get off the quad, and I can open them up, get my extra gloves, batteries for the GoPro camera, whatever I want. It's right there. It's super easy to get to. And to round this tour out, we have the 12-volt adapter where I plug in my iPad. We have the tire on the front, tire size and the rim, and the one on the back. And that finishes up the tour of this Can-Am. Now, let's not forget that this is a replacement for this great Polaris that I've got almost 5,000 miles on. This has been kept up pretty well. If something broke on it, I replaced it, and I'm pretty proud of the Polaris, and it'll be a nice little runner if I need it for another person or what have you. So it'll be nice to have a second quad around. So with that, I want to thank you for stopping by the channel and checking this video out. And until next week, take care.